Hey there folks, in this quick recording I'm going to show you how to switch your streaming from multicast to what's called direct streaming. So there's two ways that processing can send data to your cubes. By default, in all the examples in the processing library, it uses something called enable multicast streaming. That means that processing sends out a packet to the router, and the router then forwards that on to everybody that's listening on a certain port. That works, but on certain routers, it can be kind of chunky or slow, especially if it's institutional, like in a university or an office, or sometimes just if it's a funky router. We've seen Chinese routers be very cranky about it. So, there's a way you can get around that gives you much better streaming performance called direct streaming. And it's pretty simple. You can do it without having to change hardly anything about your code. We're going to make two variables. One is called access token, and one is called core name. So, access token is something from your Spark account. To find it, you're going to log into Spark. Once it comes up, you're going to go to your accounts page, and here's your access token. So just copy that and paste it, just like that, into a string. Core name is the name of whatever your core is. So this is whatever you wanted to call it. I happen to call the one in my cube Ingrid. So that's my core name. Now, I'm going to come down here and change this access token. So it's, instead of just saying this, I'm going to change the constructor to do what's called this and access token. So it's a slightly different constructor. What it's going to do is it logs in to the Spark cloud, and it finds the local IP address on my local network for my core. The final thing we're going to do is comment this out and use a different command called stream to core. When that's in there, it'll stream to that particular core. So everything else is going to be exactly the same, but it just so happens this is often a lot more reliable. It just requires the additional setup of putting in the access token and core name. So if that works for you, you should have great streaming working in no time. Happy hacking!